Another episode of On the Road with Signing Agents. How does it feel when I say you are a $10,000 a month signing agent?
Crazy. That's the word. Unbelievable.
I know, I love it. I'm so proud of where you came from and where you are today. We're going to share your journey, how you went from $0 to $10,000 in one calendar month. Your journey is not an overnight success journey. You have been a loan signing system student for 10 months, so I would say 10 months is pretty quick to get to 10,000. But I love your journey because it's very unique, it's special. So I start off every one of these episodes with the exact same question. How come you chose to become a loan signing agent?
I need it. I came to the US with my family, my husband, and my daughter 2 years ago. Okay. We couldn't work for the first 6 months because we were, getting ready to get the paperwork, the work permit to work in the US. And we were struggling. We were running out of money and we had to start for some point, no? So I was working with an attorney in a law firm, but at the same time, I had 3 more jobs, okay, to being able to, to pay the bills and do all the stuff that we need to do at home. And I thought I need to do something else to get the money that I need without working that hard, without having so many jobs. And that's how I became a loan signing agent.
This is incredible. I think what makes your story is really inspiring is, kind of your journey. Like, I want people to hear what you just said. 2 years ago, you immigrated to this country. And
Yes.
2 years later, you are a $10,000 a month signing agent.
I
That is
am.
incredible. I mean, a lot of these, when I do these episodes, is to show people come from all different walks of life. And, and I appreciate your transparency, by the way, of letting people know that you are doing 4 different jobs to make the bills meet. And I think you said, and what's your background, a paralegal? Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And so what were some of these other jobs that you were doing to just make everything work for your family?
Yes, I was working as an administrative assistant on Saturdays, and I was also babysitting at night. So I had
Yeah,
a full-time job, and then I was working with a couple of families to help with the kids, pick up the kids, and, doing whatever was necessary to, to do the job.
I know. And I just want to say once again, that's so inspirational. You're a working mom. You have to, provide for your family. I mean, I'm assuming your family is your why and why you work so hard and why you immigrated to the United States. And just,
Absolutely.
I think what's another inspirational part of your story, if you would like to share it, and only share it if you feel comfortable, but and when we talked before the camera started rolling, you told me how, you're the sole provider for your family. You provide for your husband and you provide for your daughter. Kind of talk through that because, the reason I asked that is you're not the only person who is the sole provider for their families in America, whether you are a husband or a wife, right? And so kind of talk through being the sole provider for your family and what it means to you, and being a signing agent helps accomplish all this.
Yeah, since we came, when I say we, I'm talking about my husband and I. We came to the US in our 40s, and I had a little English before I came, but that's not the same situation that he has. He has been struggling with the language, has been a little harder for him to find a job that he likes. So that's why he's in the process of learning English. And, I'm working out because we need it. We absolutely need it.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And then that's like, to me, that's just, I mean, to me, it's like you're living the American dream, right? You come to America 2 years ago, you're making $10,000 a month, you own your own business, and you're able to relieve some pressure off of your spouse who obviously feels the pressure of, I need to try to provide. But the fact that the signing agent business has allowed your family to breathe, right? It's allowed your husband not to feel this pressure that I need to provide income because my wife is a kick butt signing agent, right? I think that is so awesome. And obviously your daughter, looks up to you now, and you're a businesswoman in America. I mean, how does all that feel?
Yes, no, we are so happy. Actually, we have a plan. We talk about that rather he working, doing a job that he doesn't like. I told him, hey man, learn the language and come with me and we can do this together. And that's the plan. Actually, that's the plan. He's learning the language, he's practicing, he is willing to take your course and do the same thing that I'm doing now, because I mean, it's better, you know, to have your own business instead of working for someone else doing that, something that maybe you don't like to do. So we are in the process now of doing that.
Well, I want to inspire some, maybe some other people who just immigrated to this country, because, I think I shared with you today that I literally got an email this morning from someone who says, Mark, I'm not from America. Do you think I could be a signing agent? What would you say to, if you're writing an email back to the student who literally wrote that this morning and said, Mark, I'm not from America, it's being a signing agent for me? What would you tell them?
Absolutely, you can. You are wasting your time. Start today. You won't regret it. It's not necessary to be 100% bilingual. I always say that. I say that to my fellow LSA students when we went to conference in Orlando. I mean, that was this month. I said, guess what? I don't speak a perfect English. You know, sometimes I have trouble communicating, but as long as you want to do this, you will succeed. Don't be afraid. You can do this.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I want to ask a few questions involving that, because I know there are some people who are insecure that they can't speak the English language perfectly. There's some people who go, okay, well, Melina, and we're going to get your journey now, but Melina gets business directly from title and offices down in Florida, so she's not working just for signing services. And so I know there's signing agents watching this right now say, Melina, I don't speak perfect English. I'm insecure. Can I get business from title companies? Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed when you speak with the borrowers? Kind of talk through some of your emotions when you first started to help somebody who might be in your shoes, about being embarrassed and insecure about the language barrier. What would you say to that?
Okay. The most important thing is the value that you bring on the table. Okay. We are notary signing agents who are prepared. We know what are we doing. Okay. We know that. So the language is not a barrier, okay? Those people, they're not mad at you, or they won't laugh at you because you don't speak perfect English. On the contrary, I think they feel proud that someone that, was not born in this country is trying to speak the language. We are doing our best. And I think that they feel proud of me because I'm trying, and I don't feel I don't feel afraid about speaking in English, even though that is not a perfect English, because I know that I can do a good job.
Thank you so much for saying that, because like I said, I know there's people watching this right now who are, think I don't have a good grasp on the English language, and they probably have the same insecurities you did when you first started, and you're doing it, and I think that they can do it too. I think what else is really inspiring about your story is you came to America 2 years ago. So I think it's very safe to say that you were never a loan signing agent before.
Of course not.
So, let's talk through that a little bit, because I know there's some people who are immigrants and you're like, okay, I've never been a loan signing agent. I've never been an escrow officer. I've never been a title officer. I've never been a real estate agent. What would you say to someone who has never had experience in the loan signing agent industry and they want to become a loan signing agent? What would you say to them?
Okay, Mark, even worse. This doesn't work in the way that it works here in our countries. It's really completely different. So I had to understand first what a loan signing agent, okay, does, but remember, we have the best training in the world. We get the knowledge, we get prepared, so they won't feel afraid, nervous. At the beginning, of course, I get it. It's hard. You're doing something different, okay? But with a few closings, you will feel so comfortable as long as you like it, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, and as long as you like money.
So if you can do it, can you say anyone could do it?
Of course.
I love it. I love it. This conversation is going so good. Let me just ask you another question. What are some of the favorite things that you love about being a signing agent?
Having my own schedule, even if that means working harder, because when you have a full-time job or a regular job, okay, you have your hours, okay, and supposedly you're going home in a certain time. But with this business, you don't have to ask for permission to go to your kids' school or to go on vacation. As a matter of fact, you know that my family came to visit me a few weeks ago, and I stopped my job to spend time with them. I was awesome. You know, I didn't have to ask for vacation, permission. So you have your own schedule, you have your own time, and you work whenever you want.
Love it. I love it. I know it really is the best business. And I like hearing you successful signing agents kind of say what you guys think is great about. So thank you for asking that. So, once again, I just want to say thank you for being so transparent and honest. I love hearing these stories and making me feel so good that the impact you're making your family is incredible. So congratulations on that. And I hope I say I'm proud of you enough, because I'm so proud of you, Melina, and this is just the beginning of your journey. Now, speaking of your journey, and everyone loves to hear about the journey, right? So, so you've been a loan signing system student for 10 months. You're doing $10,000 a month in signing agent income. It wasn't always like that, so let's kind of walk people through the past 10 months and kind of show them what a journey looks like for Melina. And you went from, being an immigrant, not speaking the language, to now being a signing agent of $10,000 a month. So you got the course about 10 months ago. I think you said April. Kind of start there, and let's talk about your journey from there.
Okay, yes. When I got the course, I told you I had 4 jobs by that time, so I didn't have the time to go through the course like, fast, quickly. It took me 42 days to get ready to do the business, to start my own business. I started on June 1st, getting notifications. I signed up. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think what you said is really inspiring, by the way. So, and I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to talk about that amazingness. So it took you 42 days, and I love how you know that number, by the way. So it took you 42 days to get through the course. And I think that's inspiring, because I think a lot of our fellow students in the Facebook groups are like, well, I've had the course for 30 days and I don't get any business, or I've had the course for 30 days and I haven't finished the course yet. You understood that, it's not a race. When you were ready, you were ready. And I think that's inspiring to let people know watching this that, it took you 40 days before you actually started putting your name in the databases and going out and getting the business. And I don't want to
I'm getting ready,
right?
Yeah.
Because it's not a race, right? Like, we all are on our own journeys at the time that's appropriate for our lives. And you're working 4 jobs. And so in between 4 jobs, you were squeezing in the course. And I mean, I want to say this right now, maybe I said it again, but your story is a story of perseverance. I mean, you're working 4 jobs and studying for a 5th job, basically, at the same time.
Yes.
Who you are as a person. And I hope that inspires people. Just, we all have greatness inside of us. And you are just an example of what, if you put your mind to something, anything's possible. 4 jobs, being a signing agent, like, that's just mind blowing. And I don't want to say that I'm inspired by that, Melina. It is incredible, man. So sorry for that tangent. I wanted to say that because, like, every time I hear it, like, I can't imagine. I have a son, and I have a wife, and, doing 4 jobs, dealing with your family, being a good mom, being a good wife. I mean, like, to get all that on your plate, you didn't make any excuses.
It is hard, but you can make it.
That's right. And I want people inspired by your work ethic. And, like, you could have easily folded up tent. You could have easily been like, I don't speak English. I have 4 jobs. I'm not going to spend money on my notary commission. I'm not going to spend money on the loan signing system. But you said, I'm going to work 4 jobs. I want better for myself, and I'm going to do better for myself. And you're making $10,000 a month.
And not only that, Mark, but I'm coming from a different country, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. When I discovered you, I saw your course, I said, this can be true. I was so skeptical at the beginning. I was so afraid, of taking a wrong decision, but look at me now.
I mean, the beautiful thing about faith is it makes you see what's possible, and you've got faith in yourself. And I think the reason you took a chance on the course is because you really took a chance on yourself. Yes. And you believed in yourself, and you said, look, if I can see other people doing it, I can do it. And I don't take credit for any of your tenacity, any of your courage, any of your work ethic. I can't be more proud that you are doing this interview with me, and hopefully inspiring some people that if Melina can do it, they can do it too. So this is so rad. I love these interviews so much. Okay, so getting back to the journey. Okay, so it took you 42 days to get through the course. I think we're about what, June 1st here, more or less.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
start from there. Start there. So June 1st, go on.
Okay, I was signing up with signing services and I started getting notification. It's true. That's what I thought, you know. So I started doing this part-time because I was working in a law firm from 9 to 5, and I was taking like one per day. Actually, the first month I only did 7, 7 closings, and all of them went good. So I was so happy. And then second month I did 20 or 22. Yes.
So I want to tell people part of the in between of there is, so Melina did 7 signings, and she emails me or Facebook message me, I can't remember, and she's like, it's going too slow. What's going on? I want more. There should be more business. And I'm like, girl, just be patient.
Yes.
The system works. Let the system do what the system does.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. And I was, everybody say, work the system, be patient, the signings will come. And that's exactly what happened. I was getting more and more notification. And there was a point that I said, I think I have to quit my job because I love doing this.
Okay, so that's really cool. So take people through that. And once again, like, I never encourage any of you students to quit your jobs. I tell people that's a decision between you and your family.
Yes.
And if it's the appropriate thing to do. And so, but with that being said, I remember the Facebook post you made in the group. I'm thinking about quitting my job. When is the right time for the other students who have? And I just put my 2 cents in there, is that you and your family will know. But the point I'm trying to make is, you once again believed in yourself. And that's what I think this interview is all about, is this, your entire life, you've always believed in yourself, Melina. And
yes.
That is what I really want to come through in this interview, is because, you can't believe in you can't not believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And I think that's what I really want to get through, is you made the decision to go full time because you knew that what you were capable of. And you knew if you applied what's in the system would work. And that, I want every student, and whether they're student or not, watch this on YouTube, is all about self-belief. And I take zero credit for that, Melina. It is a testament to your courageousness, your bravery. So talk about that conversation you had with your family and with yourself. So 3 months in, you're like, I need to go full time. Is that right? Okay,
Yes.
so talk about that moment where you're like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Talk about that.
I was so nervous because, I was expecting that the decision that I was making was the good one. Okay. I talked to my boss. I was honest with him, and I said, you know what? He knew that what I was doing at night, but I told him, you know what? I think this is a better business. I think this is what I want to do. And I gave him, I remember, like 3 weeks. I trained someone else to, to cover my position, and I just jump in. And the difference between being a part-time loan signing agent and a full-time was amazing, unbelievable.
Okay, so let's talk about 2 things I think I want to touch base on. So the first 3 months you were part-time, so you worked a full-time business,
Yes.
and you were doing signings just on evenings and weekends. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit, because there's some people watching this who are part-time signing agents. And so how much money were you making in that 3rd month as a part-time signing agent?
2,000 and something.
Okay, so you're making,
Yes.
it's called $2,000 a month, because there's some people out there who would love a $2,000 a month part-time business.
I know.
So let's talk to those people real quick, because I think this is really inspirational and hopefully some education. So I want you to talk through, so you're working an 8 to 5 and you're doing signings just nights and weekends, and you were able to legitimately make $2,000. Were you able to go home, print your loan documents, get the notifications? Were you turning down notifications during the day because you had a job? Yes. Talk through that a little bit.
Yes, that was exactly the reason why I quit my job, because I was getting notification all day long, and I was rejecting all of them because I was busy. I only can take could take 1 or 2, per day. I remember one day that I did 3, but most of the time just 1 or 2 per day. And I said, I'm missing job. I need to
So
get that money too.
I love it. So, I mean, you were able to legitimately work just evenings. You would do the signings, drop them in FedEx at nighttime. You're dropping the docs off in the morning. How was that working around your schedule?
Okay, usually I was able to get closings on close, to my house. I was able to come, print the documents, go and drop off documents at FedEx that night.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And so it is true that, you're getting signings just based on where you were living. Is that correct?
When I was doing part-time, yes.
Okay,
Most
cool.
of them. Mhm.
Because some people, because what I obviously market out there. It's like, oh, you can get signings right by where you live. And some people think I'm just not being honest. And
No,
so,
that's
you
true. That's true.
yeah, you're getting signings just based on the fact that you were closest to the borrower.
Yes.
Awesome. And then that's why it's so easy to work a part-time job, because it's right by your house. Okay, cool. So, because I want to talk to part-time signing agents. Now let's talk to people who are full-time signing agents. Let's talk to signing agents who are like, well, I'm on the edge of my seat. Should I go part-time or full-time? So the moment you decided to go full-time, what changed?
Everything. I was able to market myself, because when I was working a full-time job, it was difficult for me to get direct business, because at 6 p.m., who is going to be available to have a meeting, an appointment to get the business? So that was my biggest concern when I was working full-time, my job, and part-time loan signing agent. So what I did first was going out to promote my business, to offer my services. And that was the big difference between 2.5K loan signing agent. My first month as a full-time loan signing agent, I did, I think, almost $8,000. Yeah.
$8,000 in your fourth month of being a signing agent. She
Yes.
wasn't even
And
in this,
first month full-time.
and you weren't even in this country 2 years ago. Like,
Yes.
that is inspiring. What I hope a lot of new signing agents or signing agents who are working for signing service, what I really want to inspire them with is, at month number 3, you made a decision that I'm going to bypass the signing service and I'm going to start marketing my service directly to title companies, mortgage offers, or real estate agents. Because there are signing agents right now watching this, Melina, that don't think it's possible that you can get business directly with title companies, or are a little bit nervous about going marketing direct. I mean, let's take a look at Robin Schmidt. She worked for signing services for 5 years before she made that jump. You decided after 3 months that you're going to go market your business directly to title and escrow companies. Talk to a signing agent right now who's on that fence of like, oh my gosh, I need to go market direct, but I'm a little scared, I'm a little nervous. Talking, because in my opinion, you had a few things stacked against you, right? The A was your English language, right? Okay. B was you've only been a signing agent for 5 months. C was you've only been in this country for 1.5 years at that point, but you still made the decision of I'm going direct. So talk about that decision, what it felt like, your nerves, were you nervous? Kind of talk through that.
Well, actually, because I had experience as a part-time notary signing agent, I felt that I was capable of doing this. Okay, I had a great training. Everybody loved my job. And believe it or not, when I moved to this country, I said, there is no way I'm going to drive in those highways, because that was something that, I couldn't believe it. But now look at me, I drive, everywhere to do the closings. But so you don't have to feel afraid of talking to people to get business, because they need us. Okay, we need, of course, to get closing and signing to grow up our business, but they also need us. So of course it depends on the way that those companies work. Some of them have inside notaries, others don't. Others are expecting you, others are waiting for you. So you don't know who is the title office that is going to open the door for you. So don't be afraid to go out and go for it. That's it.
Melina, I love it. And once again, I think the theme of this is self-belief. You said something that I thought was powerful. You were a signing agent for 3 months. You were an amazing signing agent, and that's all the confidence you needed to go direct. It's like, look, I've been doing 40 signings perfect. I'm ready. I can do it. They need my service. And once again, that self-belief is so amazing. I'm so proud of you. And I hope that inspires other people. Look, if you're watching this right now and you've been only working for signing services, make the leap to direct, because Melina told you they need you. Don't be afraid. People don't know you're open for business unless you tell them you're open for business. And
Right.
you know, and I'm just so proud of you. And I tell every student this: the most successful people in this country are implementers. You know, you took what you learned from the course, you implemented it. You took the script, you made it yours. You went to networking events, you went to title offices, and implementation is the key to success. And I'm just proud of you that you actually took those, because every student has the same materials. Not every student implements the materials. So I'm hoping stories like this really inspire people that, you know, you didn't speak the language. You don't have a perfect command of the English language. It didn't prevent you from going. Let's talk about something that some people would love to hear, your transparency. I mean, before you went into that first title office, were you nervous? Were you like sweaty? Like, what were your emotions like?
Absolutely. It's not easy, but I always say I wear the best costume as an actress, and I went for it. Okay, they don't know. Usually, what I say, people, they don't know you're brand new. Okay, if you're brand new, they don't know how long have you been in the, working as a loan signing agent, and you can do it. I mean, what is the worst thing that could happen to you? That they say no. They won't kill you. That's it. If someone say no, you go to and knock the other door. That's it. Very simple. Make a list, go out, offer your service. They tell them that you are knowledgeable, that you are a certified notary signing agent, that you are in the area, that you go everywhere. That's what I did at the beginning. I took whatever. You want me to go, I don't know, 25 miles for $30, I will go it, to gain the experience. And then when you have the experience that you think is enough to go out and market yourself and get direct business, you did it.
Love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about, like I said, this is like super awesome, inspiring. So let's talk about, so you went full-time month number 4, basically. You did $8,000, and then you scaled it from 8 to 10. I mean, is that kind of how the trajectory went?
Yeah, then on December is when I did 99 signings and 11,000, more than 11. That was my 3rd month as a full-time notary signing agent.
In your 3rd month as a full-time notary signing agent, you did $11,000. I'm speechless. Like, congratulations. I am so excited for you. I mean, I know you got a signing service in your future. I mean, shoot, the fact you're bringing your husband on is like he's going to be part of melinasignings.com. This is going to be so.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there's no hopefully about it. You got this. And so now we are, I think you're now 10 months in the business. You got a consistent business doing $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Unbelievable. Last month I thought, oh, maybe that was luck. No, I'm doing the same this month, even though that everybody say that it's the slowest month, during the year. So it's not lucky anymore. I deserve it. I have worked for it. I have worked really hard, and I'm so happy and thankful.
I'm just so thankful that you trusted me with a little part of your signing agent journey. I mean, this is so inspiring. Okay, so let's go on to the last part of this interview, and this is trying to give some. First off, you've given some amazing information already. If people watch this back, you've dropped nugget after nugget, but let's talk about some real specifics here. So, what is one tip you would give a signing agent to help them grow their business right now, Melina, coming from a $10,000 a month signing agent?
Don't give up. Never, never stop. Work hard, trust yourself, and believe that you can do this. No matter what other people say, okay? It's your journey, it's your decision. If you believe that you are crazy because you are taking a signing that is only paying $50 and you believe that that's enough for the experience that you need to go for it. No matter what other people say. Believe in yourself, don't give up.
I think that's the running theme in this whole thing is the self-belief you have, because you believe yourself so much, that everything else is possible. So proud of you. There's something else that I heard earlier that I wouldn't mind expanding on, and it's just a no. Like you said, they don't kill you after they say no. Don't get discouraged. Talk about that a little bit, and your advice on a signing agent who gets a no, and kind of talk through that, because I think your mentality is just so bulletproof that I want to get into the mentality of a $10,000 a month signing agent, and that's what I want people inspired by. So talk through the mentality of what you do to get through the no's and what you do to continue to market your signing agent business.
Yes. I told you before that I don't care. I don't mind if a company that I walk in say no, because I know that there are many companies that are willing to take me as their preferred notary signing. So I know it's hard to go out, market yourself, and getting no's. Okay, but that needs to happen. Okay, not everyone is going to say yes, so you have to work for it. I remember once that I visited like 5 companies and all of them in a row say no. And guess what? I didn't feel discouraged. The next day I went out and did the same. And that's the way that I got the business, the companies that are giving me now direct business. And don't feel afraid to visit one of them one more time. I mean, if the first time they say no, but there is a possibility you can, follow up or visit them, in the future, in a couple of weeks, in a month, and hopefully they will say yes. So don't feel discouraged, never.
I thank you so much for saying that, because we just saw into the mind of a $10,000 a month signing agent, and that is tenacity, that is perseverance. It's about not being discouraged, about being brave, and anyone out there can do what you're doing. It's just being inspired by others that you are taking those. And that's what I try to tell all the students is, these $10,000 a month signing agents deal with the same thing you're dealing with. They just don't get intimidated by the no's. They understand that a no is just not right now. It's not a definitive no. Like you just said, do the follow-up. I always try to use the example, like not everyone drinks at Starbucks. Not everyone uses an iPhone. Not everybody uses Facebook. Like there's no product in this world that everybody uses. So you got to get through some no's, just understanding that's business. And you get enough no's, you're going to get enough yeses. And that's just the way this business works. And you're bulletproof. And that's the mentality of a $10,000 a month signing agent. And that's what I wanted to dig out of you, because anyone can have the same mentality. They just need to make a choice to believe in themselves.
And always positive. Life is hard, but you can make it.
Yes, and I keep going back that you weren't even in this country 2 years ago, and you are now at $10,000 a month as a signing agent. That is mind-boggling to me. There are signing agents right now. We have students who've been doing this for 2 years, and they still haven't broke 10,000. And the only difference between them and you is the mentality of not everyone's going to use me, and that's okay. Just because someone says no to Melina doesn't mean you're not a good signing agent. That means that maybe they're just busy that day. That means maybe that they have 3 or 4 notaries. Maybe that just means that like I just come visit me at another time because I have a funding that's on my desk right now, and that's more important than hearing you pitch me. And it's this mentality that you bring to the table that I hope people get inspired by, and I'm so proud of you. So thank you for just sharing what a $10,000 a month signing agent actually thinks like. Let's go into the last question that I always ask. And once again, thank you so much. This interview's been amazing and inspiring. Everyone before they start out on this journey, we have a lot of brand new signing agents in the loan signing system, and they're nervous, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about this. So I always like to ask you students, what were you nervous about in the beginning of your journey that now looking back, you're like, well, I don't know why I was even nervous to begin with.
I was freaked out about the documents, about the printer, about everything. But, it's not that hard. Okay, I insist, we have the best training in the world. You shouldn't feel that you can do this. Never. We can. Okay, don't freak out if you don't get the documents with plenty of time to review them. there is one point that you won't need that anymore. At the beginning, I get it. I understand that you want to get the documents, prepare them, take a look at them. But once you start doing the business and you become familiar with the documents, you can print and go. That's simple. So there, I mean, the feeling that you have at the beginning of being nervous because you don't know what to expect, just a few closings and that's done, not anymore. You won't feel that way anymore. I feel now happy when I'm doing a closing, when I have a new job. I don't feel nervous anymore. Take your time, be patient, and you're gonna get to that point.
I love it. I think you probably hit on something that all new signing agents are nervous about before they start is, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get 4 hours between my notifications. And I think that's a very real feeling. So thank you for sharing it. And I think what you're saying is just rely on the training. You're going to be prepared. I think a lot of new students confuse the feeling of nerves and not being prepared as the same feeling, and they're two different feelings. So what you're saying is you are prepared. Just nerves means you care, move past that, and understand experience is our best teacher.
Right.
It's been like the most amazing thing. I'm going to say it one more time. You were not even in this country 2 years ago, and you are a $10,000 a month signing agent who's doing that month after month after month. Thank you so much for inspiring other people. Are there any last words that you'd like to inspire a signing agent with on our way out of this interview?
If I can do this, you can do it. Look, all the barriers that I have to overcome. So don't put any excuse. Okay, I did what I have to do, and I know that you have your why. So go for it. You can do this.
I'll leave it at that. I better see you at conference this year, walking across that stage with your $10,000 plaque. Until I see you in May, thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye.